Hello, everyone, and happy Monday. Welcome to another episode of Wake Up with YPN. Today's episode is sponsored by Residential Mortgage Network. And today we are going to tackle all of your questions about health insurance for realtors. According to the National Association of Realtors, over 87% of realtors are independent contractors, which can make it difficult to get affordable insurance coverage. The Iowa Association of Realtors has a partnership with the association's marketing group, Inc., to assist with Iowa Realtors in searching for the best insurance plan for them. Today, we have Laura Patton joining us, the president of AMGI, to discuss options. Good morning, Laura. How are you?
Good morning. Wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Good, good. Well, today we're going to ask some questions for you to kind of get a better idea of what options may be available to us as independent contractors. But for our watchers out there, if you have any questions, either now during the live broadcast or after, put them in the comments and we'll get to them. So, Laura, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your role on AMGI?
Sure. I've been a licensed insurance agent since 1983, 39 years. I guess I'm kind of a glutton for punishment sometimes. My husband started in 1982, and then I got my license and we started working together. We are a family agency. It's myself now and my two sons, a daughter-in-law, Kristen, who's been here like 15 years, is like a member of the family, and then Leslie, who is newer with us, has almost been here with us a year.
Oh, wow. That is really cool that it's a family kind of business. And when you call, you really are speaking to family.
Yeah, yeah. And you might hear a patter of little feet because oftentimes we'll have a grandchild here. I do want to mention some of the realtors might recognize my husband's name, Jess Patton, because I think it was 2018, the realtors gave him an award at their national, or not their national, but their state convention for his work on health insurance legislation. He worked with Jennifer, your lobbyist, and he honored him with an award for that. So that was
That
very
is so special. Thank you for sharing that with us. And thank you for coming on this morning to kind of talk about questions that we may have. So in general, how does AMGI work to pair independent contractors with insurance plans?
well. It has gotten complicated. I use that word a lot these days because it's a challenge for those that are self-employed to find coverage. What we do is we work with each person and see their particular situation and try and work. We do partner, or we work with, or we're a broker, and so we work with lots of different insurance companies. So we try and find something that will work for everyone.
Yeah, no, that's really important because each individual person is very different. What types of different insurance services do you offer, and what different carriers might you work with for those?
Sure. Well, we work with individual plans, including the healthcare marketplace, some people know as Obamacare, group programs, and we do a lot of Medicare as well. And then we have dental and vision and life insurance. Say we broker, pardon the phone.
It's all good.
We broker, of course, we work with Wellmark and United Healthcare, Medical and Health Partners, which are Iowa companies, Medicare Medical Associates, which is an Iowa company. On the Medicare side, we work with AARP and Humana, and multiple companies as well on the Medicare side.
Yeah, wow, that sounds like you have a lot of resources to kind of take into consideration when trying to match an independent contractor with insurance plans. So, if a realtor is looking to find health insurance or any type of insurance, what does that process look like for them?
Well, initially it's going to be a conversation. Oftentimes we'll just get an email saying, my age is this, uh, what's my options? Like, well, as I say, it's gotten complicated. So we start with a conversation on what their current situation. Are they losing insurance? Do they not like their insurance? Do they have no insurance? Do they have little children where they want a co-payment to take care of ear infections and strep throat? Are the kids grown and now they're more concerned on finding affordable health care and maybe don't mind a higher deductible, like a health savings account that has some tax advantages to it. So each person's going to be a little bit different, and also depending on their health insurance, or excuse me, their health conditions. if they have some expensive medications that they need to make sure are covered. So there's a lot of things to take into consideration.
Yeah, no, definitely. And you mentioned some children. Are plans available to cover dependents or only just in the individual?
Oh yeah, definitely we can cover the dependents as well.
Very good.
There are programs that we can advise people if they may qualify for a program like Hawkeye. On a family of 4, if their income is under 80,000, the kids could qualify for a Hawkeye program too.
Yeah. And you mentioned some tax benefits. What options are there depending on how we may structure our individual businesses tax-wise?
Well, if someone is a W-2 employee of their business, then we can do an actual group plan with Wellmark, and that would be a business expense. So that would be tax deductible as a business expense. So many realtors are sole proprietors, and Wellmark won't do a group plan for them. We do have one carrier, Medical Associates, that will do a group plan for a sole proprietor. And they work with a Mercy network, which is available in the Iowa City and the Cedar Falls or Cedar Rapids area.
Yeah, no, that's really important because there's a wide variety of how different realtors and independent contractors structure their business. What are some misconceptions or frequently asked questions that you get a lot from those looking to obtain insurance coverage?
Oh, yeah. I think one of the biggest ones is, on the healthcare marketplace, otherwise known as Obamacare, that people think it's only for the low income. And I put together just a couple numbers to give someone an idea. If you're a 60-year-old couple making 100,000, they could get a tax subsidy, a monthly tax subsidy of $1,469 to go towards their individual health insurance through the marketplace.
Wow.
If that person is a single person, age 60, making 70,000, they could still get $593 of tax credit to go towards their insurance. So that's probably the biggest misconception, that the Affordable Care Act is only for those that are lower income.
Okay. Yeah, no, that is an important thing to point out. Is there any other things that you can think of that realtors in general might think about insurance that you're used to telling us, well, no, actually it works like?
Oh, let's see. Well, I think one of the changes that we've seen with the Affordable Care Act was, before, our main concern was underwriting due to health conditions.
Mm,
Because if someone was 20 pounds overweight and had high blood pressure, an insurance company will say, well, we'll insure you, but we're going to charge you more, and we're not going to cover your blood pressure or that bad knee. With the Affordable Care Act, the health questions went away. And so
okay.
now there's no health questions, there's no pre-existing conditions. But because of that, there's only specific times that you can apply for individual coverage, like if you're losing insurance or during open enrollment, which starts November 1st for a January 1st effective date. So I think it really should have been called the Accessible Healthcare Act instead of the Affordable, because unless you get the tax credit, it might not be affordable. So it's been kind of a shift from health questions and underwriting to what kind of plan can you qualify for we can get reasonably priced.
Yeah, no, that's a very helpful description as far as what it's called versus what it really means. Thank you for that. And I know that the Iowa Association of Realtors has worked with AMGI to set up an association dental plan as well as a vision plan. Can
Mhm.
you briefly touch on how these are structured differently than the health insurance options?
Oh, yes. We're really excited. We've had Delta Dental for several years. Last year, they let us have 3 different plan designs, which was gave more people more options, price wise. But the nice thing between the group plan is you don't have the waiting periods. On an individual dental plan, you usually have to have the insurance for a year before it's going to cover a crown or an implant.
Oh,
With the group plan, you don't have those waiting periods. It's also a lot less expensive. We work with Delta Dental's individual plans, and their premium is like on their best plan, it's a $2,000 a year plan, is $58.36. Our best plan for the realtors is $35.96.
Okay.
So, and you can come on at any time. So that's two things. It's much less expensive than the individual plans, and it's better because you don't have the waiting periods. And I hear so many people that are talking about getting implants, and those are so expensive.
Yeah, no, they can be. I've heard that as well. And that's an important option to note for realtors and what might be available through them with the
Yeah.
partnership with the association.
On the vision side, the premium for a single person is like $8.68, and it would cover 100. You can either get frames and glasses or contacts each year. It would pay up to $150 towards frames and a $25 copayment for your lenses. Or if you get contacts, it'll pay $150 towards contacts and then have a copayment for your office visit. So $8.68. If you do the math, you're going to come out ahead either way.
Yeah, no, those are really important separate benefits to take note of. Let's see if we have any questions. Here's one. What are some things to keep in mind for agents looking for new insurance outside of open enrollment in November?
Yeah, that is a bad situation. And the reason you can't come on the marketplace until open enrollment is because there is no pre-existing waiting period. So, someone can't say, ooh, I found a lump, I better get some health insurance and have it covered. So that's why they have those open enrollment periods. If someone is losing insurance, that creates, you have 60 days to apply for coverage. If someone is, there's short-term policies can be written to get someone to January 1st. Actually, some of the short-term policies can be written up to 3 years. I don't personally like a short-term policy for 3 years, but it might be an option to fill the gap to get you to open enrollment. Or, as I say, we do have one plan with medical, well, they have several plans, but one company with medical associates that will do a group plan anytime during the year for those that are sole proprietor.
Yeah, no, that's really good information. And since it is so specific to the individual and the different person to what options are available for them, what would be the best way to reach out to you and kind of discuss those things?
I think the best way is a phone call, just to get the ball rolling and start the conversation. One thing I don't like about our industry is we're kind of going to, call this 800 number, talk to somebody that you'll never talk to again, or here, go online and do it yourself. I'm kind of old school, being in the industry for 39 years, and I've been kind of telling the insurance companies, and they don't seem to really listen, that self-service isn't service. It's nice. We like to really be on the service side. If someone has a question, first we try and educate up front so you know what you have, because when it comes to a surprise with insurance, it's usually not a good surprise. So we want to try and make sure someone understands what they have up front, and then before they use it or while they're using it, they're getting those claims come in to call us. If we don't know, we'll find out. We want to be your liaison to the health insurance company. So we don't just want to sell you the insurance.
Yeah, no, that's really important, and it's a good to touch on that when we call or when someone calls you, your phone rings like it did just a few moments ago, and you'll get to talk to someone that knows you and I spoke to you before and can answer your questions personally. Well, I think that is it for the questions, but if anyone is watching this broadcast after we're live, feel free to put them in the comments and we will reach out to Laura or AMGI and get the answers for you at any time. So put any additional questions in the comments. And Laura, thank you so much for joining us on this Monday morning. We really appreciate all the work that you do to help us get help or to get insurance coverage and kind of educating our association this morning.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Yes, of course. Have a great week. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.